everyone, if you're a parent, one of these kids, would you come up here if you have a camera? Because you're gonna die. This is my Wednesday night class. If you don't know what Wednesday night is Wednesday night nourishment. And I've started this new program where they have to dance and sing, and then we do the lesson, and then we do a craft. And everybody says, well, where's playtime? And I said, there's no playtime on Wednesday night. I got an hour. So we are going to try to come up here and dance maybe once a month. Maybe not through the Christmas period because there's going to be a Christmas show. But this is our first performance on stage. And everyone's going to look at me, right, Ethan? Right here. So if you are a parent, please come up here because I have to direct back here. And if you can't see past me, then move because they are hysterical. They're going to melt your hearts, and they're getting it. They're getting what Jesus wants them to know. Everybody looking at me? Okay, put your arms down. Ready?
Our struggle is not against flesh and blood. It's against the powers of this dark world. Therefore, put on the full armor of God, so you can stand your ground. I'm a soldier in the army of the Lord. I'm a soldier in the army. I'm a soldier in the army of the Lord. I'm a soldier in the army. I got my warm clothes on in the army of the Lord. I got my warm clothes on in the army. I got my warm clothes on in the army of the Lord. I got my warm clothes on in the army. I'm a soldier in the army of the Lord. I'm a soldier in the army. I'm a soldier in the army of the Lord. I'm a soldier in the army. I got my breastplate on in the army of the Lord. I got my helmet on in the army. I got my sword and shield in the army of the Lord. His truth is marching on. I'm a soldier in the army of the Lord. I'm a soldier in the army. I'm a soldier in the army of the Lord. I'm a soldier in the army. Left, right, left, 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 right, left. I'm a soldier. Left, left, right, left. Come on now, left, 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 right, left. I'm in the Lord's army. Yes, sir. I'm in the Lord's army. Yes, sir. I may never march in the infantry, but I'm in the Lord's army. Yes, sir. Fight until I die. In the army of the Lord. I'm gonna fight until I die. In the army. Oh, I'm gonna fight until I die. In the army. Oh, I'm gonna fight until I die. In the army.
what was this? What I tell you this was? What was it? Say it again. Louder.
Monty.
This is a present for Monty.
Oh, thank you so much.
Good morning, everyone. As most everybody knows now, this has been Pastor Appreciation Month. Sorry we waited until the very end. And for everybody else that didn't realize this, I have let a few people know. Thea does know that we're acknowledging Monty while she's away. She wanted that. Okay, she wanted it to be done during Pastor Appreciation Month. So she'll be back tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken. But she does know that we're acknowledging Monty and herself, and Yvonne and Anya too. So Randy and I have written a few things because both of us knew we'd cry if we didn't. So I will speak first to Yvonne and Anya from your church family. Once again, I've had the pleasure of working with all of you and trying to thank our pastors. Let me start with Yvonne. Randy will talk about Monty afterwards. Does anyone know how far it is in flight miles from Syracuse to Kiev? And I don't know beyond Kiev how far Yvonne and Anya lived, but I was able to figure out flight miles from Syracuse to Kiev. Does anybody realize how far that is away? It's over 5,000 miles. It's over 5,000 miles in flight miles, okay? I cannot imagine the faith it took for Yvonne, not to mention Anya, to make this trip to a new country to work in a church that they knew only through our missions program, which I think speaks highly of our missions program. Yvonne and Anya had not been here, Yvonne and Anya have now been here for just over 2 years. They're working with our youth in our church and the kids' friends too. Did you know that Yvonne teaches, comforts, prays for, defends, protects, encourages, and cooks with some help from his lovely wife Anya for our teens? His teaching has encouraged our kids and even led the NSCC youth group to be top performers in the youth rally a few weeks ago. Anya goes to college to learn to speak English even better, and she's come such a long way. Raising 2 kids with Yvonne by her side, cooks, cleans, and is there for our girls who feel they want a woman to speak to. Both of them are raising their kids, and ours at times, in a godly home that provides a safe place for the teens to go after church on Sundays. Yes, every Sunday they have extras. I know most of you have heard of the government shutdown. Yes, I know they're back open now, a few weeks ago. Did you know that this directly affects Yvonne and Anya? You see, they're waiting for an extension on their visas. They cannot stay without it. There are people working with Yvonne and Anya, but with the government closure, it could delay paperwork that they need to stay. Yvonne and Anya are also trying to save money, as the process they are going through in order to stay in this country will cost them step by step. They want to stay here, and will you please join me in praying for them daily? The first, if I'm not mistaken, the first big hurdle will be here in December for Yvonne and Anya. So please fervently pray towards that end, that the paperwork would not be delayed and that things would go very smoothly. Yvonne and Anya, your family here at NSCC, would like to give you a small gift as a thank you from our hearts. We are blessed to call you brother and sister.
Let's see if I can do this without crying. So we're celebrating our pastors today, and they just don't know it yet. I would like to talk about Monty Smith. I'd like to honor him today for everything that he does for us selflessly and gives way more than a 40-hour work week to nourish and saturate our souls in Jesus. Monty is a special man and a special pastor. In some churches, you can't even get near the pastor. He may shake your hand on the way out, but he doesn't know you personally, hasn't invested personally in you with prayer, love, and kindness. That isn't the case in this church. Monty personally invests in all of our lives in many ways. He's also our worship pastor at the moment, and has been for many years. So not only does he prepare a sermon that God has spoken to him, but he also has to prepare worship, lead it, perform it every Sunday. That's quite a load in itself. He also prepares Sunday school lessons on and off, rotating with John, and also prepares Wednesday night nourishment classes to continuously feed you spiritually throughout the week. This is also a lot of undertaking. Do you lift him up weekly in prayer, daily, or even monthly? Please do. He needs your prayers and your love back. I have some questions for you, and I want you to respond by standing, if they pertain to you. Have you ever been counseled by Monty? Has he performed a marriage ceremony, a death ceremony, a dedication of your child, a baptism, visited you in the hospital, or a family member? Have you ever just wanted to run something past his brain, something you don't understand or don't get? Have you ever sat here in the pew where he's preached a sermon and you wondered how he knew exactly what was going on in your life at that time because it felt like God was speaking directly to you? That's how God works, by the way. He knows us inside and out, and Monty is his mouth that day. I can personally say that Monty has been God's feet, mouth, and hands to all, giving God the glory. We have a very special man here, and we need to tell him. I need you to keep standing. Everyone stand. I'm sorry, it's going to take a little while. I need everybody to come to the center aisles. And I want you to, in single file, come down. I'm going to go first because I have to take these kids to the nursery. And I want you to hug him. And Yvonne and Anya, I want you to come stand next to Monty. Monty, can you stand up? And we're going to come through and we're going to hug him. You're going to thank him. And just tell him how much he means to you.
In case you didn't realize either, and I know many of you did, we will be having lunch together downstairs, so I didn't lie about any. I did cook, but I had a lot of friends helping. So we're all gathering downstairs for lunch afterwards. And also, in the beginning, I still have had people flooding me and Randy this morning with gifts, so if there's anybody else that thought, oh man, we didn't catch before service, there's still time. Okay, I will give them the gifts we have and we'll finish afterwards. Thank you all.
What if I come to you?
Rescue you when you're crying.
Is